Looking for... Well, what are the more interesting ones? Well, yeah, I'm more into the voice actual recordings. Like the Baron's research recordings and things down here. So plenty of these. We'll start from here. The Baron reveals how he manipulated the GRE.
It never ceases to amaze me how easily certain institutions can be manipulated under the guise of partnership. The GRE has accepted the funding without so much as a second thought, welcoming the supposed assistance in their research. Of course, they believe they're in control, believe this is merely a strategic collaboration. The naivety of those driven by desperation is astounding. They see financial backing as an opportunity, failing to recognize it as a leash. I needn't state what this means. Control over their findings is inevitable. Their research will soon belong to those with the foresight and vision to wield it properly.
Okay. Hold on, am I missing? Oh yeah, I'm missing two, sadly. Let's walk behind a side quest. The Baron discusses the high mortality rate in gene therapy trials using Alpha's DNA.
The latest series of gene therapy trials has proven problematic, to say the least. Using Alpha's DNA, the subjects succumb within days after the procedure. The mortality rate is disappointing, but not entirely surprising. It appears the current methodology is flawed. However, the gas trials have yielded far more intriguing results. Early indications suggest we may be able to influence and control the subjects to a partial degree. This requires further refinement, but it is promising nonetheless. Death remains a consistent outcome in these tests. Nevertheless, every failure ultimately yields another success. The failures are useful data, nothing more.
Okay, why did it jump to... Wait, whoa. Hold the fucking phone. Yeah, what the fuck? Why did it go from 3 jump... Wait, why is it skipping? What the fuck? Alright. So yeah, 4. The Baron announces a major breakthrough in protein production and subject stabilization.
At last, a significant breakthrough. The cellular production of encoded proteins has begun, marking a turning point in this line of experimentation. The subject's condition has stabilized, an unexpected but welcome outcome. Some neurological degradation has occurred, though I consider these losses acceptable given the overall progress. They're negligible compared to the magnitude of what has been achieved. I believe now is the time to seize full control of the GRE's research. Their limited understanding has held this project back for too long. With the right direction, my direction, the results will be far more productive.
The Baron talks about
Yeah,
integrating
what's up?
Alpha's neural patterns.
Despite repeated efforts, we have not yet succeeded in replicating the level of cognitive retention observed in Alpha. Fascinatingly, Alpha retained a surprising degree of emotional and cognitive response throughout the trials. Anger, fear, even rudimentary problem solving. This remains the most intriguing aspect of the experimentation. It's clear that further integration of Alpha's neural patterns is required to imbue the chimeras with a level of awareness beyond their current limitations. Achieving this would open entirely new avenues of control and refinement. We're close, even though the key to unlocking that final piece still continues to elude us. Alpha's suffering has already unleashed a way forward on the physical front. Now the time has come to use all means necessary to extract its cognitive potential.
The Baron describes how Alpha's DNA is affected on experiments. I see.
The latest subject demonstrates remarkable agility despite its bulk, as well as the ability to charge and strike with devastating force. The integration of Alpha's DNA into its muscle fibers has given rise to a powerful, relentless creature. However, the process was not without complications. Alpha's pain threshold was pushed beyond acceptable limits during the enhancement phase, a necessary step to ensure the target subject's resilience. Whenever this subject is wounded, its aggression spikes, likely a residual effect of Alpha's own tortured psyche. Explosive stimuli remain the most efficient method of disruption.
The Baron explains that Alpha's trials have enabled breakthroughs in newer subjects.
The early stages of experimentation with Alpha were fraught with setbacks. But it's in such failures that we found our greatest triumphs. Yes, Alpha's body endured unspeakable modifications. Genetic rewiring, cellular bombardment, and systematic exposure to stressors designed to push its biology beyond the limits of normal physiology. These trials, though arduous, were essential. Alpha's responses have shaped the progression of our latest subjects. Their traits, the physical enhancements, advanced regenerative capabilities are the culmination of what Alpha's broken form taught us. Each subject is a testament to the process that began with Alpha.
Eight. The Baron highlights that Alpha's trials have led to refinement in current subjects.
The current generation of subjects owes its very existence to the pioneering work done on Alpha. Initial attempts to manipulate its DNA yielded inconsistent, often disastrous results. We learned much from Alpha's breakdown. Its inability to withstand prolonged genetic fusion, the rejection of foreign proteins, and the neurological collapse that followed. But through Alpha's suffering, we perfected the methods now applied to these newer subjects. What once seemed impossible has now become routine. Alpha was merely a stepping stone, and the path forward has never been clearer.
The Baron summarizes how Alpha played a vital role in genetic modification techniques.
Alpha's contribution to our work cannot be overstated. It was the first to undergo the extreme genetic modifications necessary to create these new specimens. While Alpha itself was never meant to survive the process intact, it actually did. And its reactions to each experimental phase gave us the data needed to refine our methods. Alpha endured an endless cycle of tests, each more invasive than the last, all aimed at pushing the boundaries of biological manipulation. Our current batch of subjects, in all their grotesque perfection, are the result of lessons learned from its pain. Alpha was, without question, a crucial part of this evolution.
So that's the Baron's research recordings.
What a jacket.
What are we? Alright, let's see what we got out of Hidden Truths with Sparks. In the debut episode of Hidden Truths with Spark, host Pepper Spark uncovers how a weathered box hidden in her grandmother's attic inspired her to embark on a journey to Castor Woods, where old mysteries remain unsolved.
Welcome, curious minds, to the very first episode of Hidden Truths with Spark. I'm your host, Pepper Spark. Today, we embark on a journey into the heart of a mystery that's been tucked away in the shadows, just waiting for someone curious enough to uncover it. while diving into the controlled chaos that is my grandmother's attic. You know, the place where old memories go to collect dust. I stumbled upon a weathered box. Inside was a treasure trove of newspaper clippings, dated notes, and cryptic scribbles, all about a decades-old drama that unfolded in a place called Castor Woods. Now, I've discovered peculiar things in that attic before, like my grandfather's recipe for broccoli ice cream. But this
Ew.
was different. The clippings detailed the mysterious
What'd she say
disappearance
that
of
was
a young
disgusting? I
couple.
barely heard.
My grandmother's
Broccoli
notes
ice
hinted at
cream.
her own attempts to solve the case.
Stop.
Who knew Grandma had a detective streak? Looks like the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Intrigued, and looking for a new case to sink my teeth into, I decided this would be the perfect mystery for my podcast. The fact that my grandmother was so invested in it adds a personal twist, too. Why was she so interested? Did she know more than the articles revealed? The next day, I drove to Castor Woods, the sun rising in my rearview mirror. There's something about a sunrise, isn't there? It's like the universe is handing you a fresh cup of possibilities. No cream or sugar needed. I was struck by the serene beauty of the place when I got there. But beneath that tranquility, there was a lingering aura of secrets waiting to be unearthed. Armed with Grandma's notes and my trusty hand sanitizer, yeah, folks, I'm a proud germaphobe, I began retracing the steps hinted at in her writings. I feel I'm onto something big, something radical. Not only will I dive into a mystery that has baffled others for years, but I'll also channel a side of my grandmother I never knew. It's exciting as hell. Yet there's also something eerie about it. Join me next time as I delve deeper into the history of Castor Woods and the enigmatic couple whose fate remains unsolved. Until then, this is Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
She said stay human. Damn it.
Eat cumin.
Bloodlines and Betrayals. In this episode, Pepper investigates the tragic tale of Greta Engel and Lucas Meyer, the two star-crossed lovers from feuding families whose disappearance remains shrouded in mystery.
Welcome back, curious minds, to Hidden Truths with Spark. I'm your host, Pepper Spark. Today, we delve into a tale as old as time itself. Family feuds and forbidden love nestled deep within the shadows of Castor Woods. Guided by my grandmother's meticulous notes, I set out to uncover the story of Greta Engel and Lucas Meyer, two star-crossed lovers whose fate has been shrouded in mystery for decades. I paid a visit to Mr. Wagner, the town historian, a man who seems to have one foot in the present and the other firmly planted in the past. He helped me begin to unravel the tangled history of the Engel and Meyer families. It all began generations ago, with a dispute over a stretch of fertile land bordering both family estates. Legend has it that a surveying error, or perhaps a not-so-innocent act of boundary shifting, sparked tensions. What started as a quarrel over property lines escalated when prized livestock from the Engel farm went missing, only to mysteriously reappear on Meyer land. Accusations flew fast. Then came retaliations. Crops damaged, fences sabotaged, and an unspoken line drawn that neither family dared cross. Over the years, the feud's origin faded into obscurity. It became a bitter tradition, passed down like an old family recipe with a key ingredient missing. Enter Greta and Lucas. Against this backdrop of animosity, their connection was both improbable and inevitable. They met by chance, or perhaps by fate, at a local market. Love has a funny way of ignoring the barriers we construct, doesn't it? Their secret meetings in Castor Woods were gossiped about. Some say they plan to run away together, to live their lives free from the chains of their family's past. But old grudges die hard, and the shadows of resentment loomed large. As I left Mr. Wagner's archive, sanitizing my hands, of course, after handling his age-old documents, I couldn't shake the sense of tragedy that hung over their story. How could a feud, its original cause long forgotten, still dictate the lives of those who had no part in its inception? Could the animosity between the families have led to Greta and Lucas's disappearance? Did their own kin stand in the way of their happiness? Or worse, play a role in their undoing? It's a question worth answering. Join me next time as I delve into another layer of this enigmatic tale. I'll explore paths that may lead us closer to the truth, or deeper into the shadows. Until then, this is Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
Don't forget to wash your hands. Episode 3, Nature's Wrath. In yet another episode, Pepper explores a theory that rare psychoactive plants in Castor Woods might be tied to the fate of Greta and Luke's, adding a natural element to their mysterious disappearance.
Welcome back to Hidden Truths with Spark. I'm Pepper Spark. Today, we explore the possibility that Castor Woods itself holds the key to our mystery. I met with Dr. Eliza Hoffman, an environmental scientist studying the unique flora and fauna of the area. Over breakfast, the sunrise was spectacular, by the way. She explained that the woods are home to rare plants with potent psychoactive properties. She believes exposure to certain spores or pollen could induce hallucinations, disorientation, even heightened aggression. Sounds like my last attempt at hot yoga. Anyway, Dr. Hoffman showed me samples of these plants, cautioning me not to touch them directly. So I wore gloves and, yes, I also had my hand sanitizer on standby. Did Greta and Lucas come across these natural toxins? Did they succumb to the wood's hidden dangers? Their minds turned against each other because of nature itself. I ventured deeper into the forest to experience it firsthand. Carefully, mind you. The air was thick, the atmosphere almost otherworldly. At one point, I felt a wave of dizziness, a blurring of the lines between reality and imagination. Maybe it was the spores? Or maybe just the lack of caffeine. After I got back, I couldn't shake the sense that those woods are a living entity, jealously guarding its secrets. I must admit, it made me uneasy. Then again, perhaps this is just another piece of an increasingly complex puzzle. Join me next time as I look into supernatural legends surrounding Castor Woods. It'll be spooky, I guarantee. Until then, this is Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
So how much she's saying stay human, it almost feels like this is something we should have had in Dying Light 2. So, part 4 is walked behind a side quest, so we have to go to part 5, the Silent Circle. In this episode, Pepper discusses a secret occult society in Castor Woods, pondering whether their rituals could be tied to the disappearance of Greta and Lucas.
Welcome back to Hidden Truths with Spark. I'm your ever-curious host, Pepper Spark. Today, we peel back another layer of the Castor Woods mystery. This time, it involves secret gatherings, arcane rituals, and a clandestine society that may have left an indelible mark on this town. While sifting through more of my grandmother's notes, I came across references to a group known as the Silent Circle. Intrigued, I dug deeper and arranged a meeting with Father Matthias, a retired clergyman who once served in Castor Woods. He revealed that the Silent Circle was a secret assembly of influential townsfolk and members of long-standing local families. Their origins trace back to the late 19th century, a time when fascination with the occult was sweeping across Europe. According to Father Matthias, the group was deeply interested in witchcraft legends and historical witch hunts that had scarred the region centuries prior. They gathered in the depths of Castor Woods, aiming to unlock secrets they believed were hidden within. Midnight rituals, symbolic offerings, and attempts to commune with spirits. That sort of thing. The Circle was rumored to possess old
feel like I'm listening to
manuscripts
a
and
podcast.
artifacts linked
Yeah,
to these
literally.
practices, handed down through generations. Some say they sought not just knowledge, but power. Influence over events and people that extended beyond mere superstition. Intrigued, and slightly unnerved, I explored further. Guided by Grandma's notes, I ventured into a lesser-known part of Castor Woods. There, hidden among the ancient trees, I discovered remnants of what could have been ritual sites. Stone circles overgrown with moss, weathered carvings on tree trunks, and symbols matching those in my grandmother's sketches. Could the Silent Circle have played a role in the disappearance of Greta Engel and Lucas Meyer? Did their fascination with witchcraft and the supernatural lead to unintended consequences? Perhaps the young couple stumbled upon something they weren't meant to see. Or maybe they were drawn into the circle.
Ah,
As always,
my
these are
internet's just cut out.
questions without clear answers. But isn't that what makes this so worthwhile? Join me next time as we explore the possibility of a human threat hiding behind the guise of legends. Trust me, this plot's gonna have more twists than a bakery full of pretzels. Until then, this is Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
The Huntsman's Shadow.
Hello, fellow seekers of the unseen. You're listening to Hidden Truths with Spark, and I'm Pepper Spark. Today, we discuss the darker folklore of Castor Woods, namely the mysterious and chilling legend of the Wretch. Local tales speak of the Wretch as a creature lurking in the deepest parts of the forest. Some describe it as a towering figure akin to Bigfoot, with glowing eyes that pierce through the night. Others believe the Wretch is no mythical beast, but a human, a recluse turned serial killer, orchestrating his crimes to mimic the savagery of a monster. I met with Detective Reinhardt, a retired investigator who spent years trying to solve a series of unexplained disappearances in the area. He shared accounts that sent shivers down my spine. According to Detective Reinhardt, the disappearances often involved hikers and locals who ventured too far into the woods. Personal belongings were found torn and scattered. In rare instances, remains were discovered showing foul play. The official reports were inconclusive, often attributed to wild animal attacks.
Crappy ass
Reinhardt
internet.
suspects something, or someone,
Oh wow,
more
it just
sinister.
ended, just like a
He says the
podcast.
victims were found
And
in what seemed like staged poses, as if the perpetrator wanted
The
to instill
podcast just
fear
crashed due
by
to the
invoking
internet.
the legend of the
Right now
Wretch.
she's talking
The
about
lines
some
between
wretch
myth
that
and
might be in the
reality
forest.
blurred, leaving the community in a
have
state
we
of
another
unease.
hag?
Usually, I'd strap on my boots and head straight to the location. But this time, something held me back. Perhaps it was the fear in Detective Reinhardt's eyes, or the weight of the unsolved cases, that made the legend feel all too real. I have to admit, this story unsettled me more than I imagined. The idea that there could be a force, human or otherwise, capable of such evil, lurking just beyond the tree line, is enough to give anyone pause. Could the Wretch be responsible for the fate of Greta Engel and Lucas Meyer? Did they become victims of this ominous fiend? Their disappearance another unsolved thread in a tangled web. As I watched the sunset over Castor Woods, I couldn't shake the feeling that some mysteries might be safer if left untouched. But then again, where's the fun in that? Join me next time as I explore the possibility that a spurned lover's vengeance might be at the heart of this mystery. Until then, this is Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
I'm gonna not wash my hands, just a spider. The Fischer Enigma. Ooh, this one's interesting.
Hey guys.
But you're
Welcome
not gonna
back.
wash your hands when
This
you
is Hidden
pee?
Truths with Spark,
Gross.
No,
and
I
I'm
don't
Pepper
think
Spark,
that.
back with more puzzles from the depths of Castor Woods. With my grandmother's cryptic notes as my guide, I found myself in the quiet halls of the town library. There, I met Ingrid, a librarian who has the uncanny ability of finding any book while also enforcing the sacred silence of the library. Seriously, a pin drop would sound like a cymbal crash there. Anyway, Ingrid granted me access to the archive room, a treasure trove of old newspapers, town records, and enough dust to give me a sneeze-a-thon. I slapped on some hand sanitizer and got to work, diving into the past. As I sifted through those yellowed pages, one name kept appearing. Victor Fischer. The Fischer family, I learned, had been a pillar of the community, their wealth built over generations in the medical industry. Free sanitizer for life? Sign me up. But Victor was different. Descriptions painted him as a man of sharp intellect and even sharper moods. A charismatic figure with a shadowy demeanor. He was known for his intense gaze and a smile that never quite reached his eyes. You know, the kind that makes you question whether you've just been charmed or quietly threatened. Digging deeper, I uncovered articles and accounts linking Victor to Greta Engel. Yes, the very Greta who was deeply in love with Lucas Meyer. Rumor had it that Victor proposed to Greta, but she declined. Her heart already promised to another. Sources hinted that Victor didn't take the rejection well. One particularly haunting article detailed an incident where Victor allegedly confronted Lucas in public. Victor's words were ominous. If I can't have her, no one can.
What the?
It's the kind of statement that feels it came straight out of a melodrama. As I pieced together these fragments, I got a gnawing feeling in my gut. My intuition flashed like a neon sign in a blackout. Victor Fischer might be the key to unraveling this mystery. Could his unrequited love have spiraled into something more sinister? Did his family's influence help him hide dark deeds beneath a veneer of respectability? As I thanked Ingrid for her assistance, leaving a bottle of hand sanitizer as a token of my appreciation, I couldn't shake the sense that I was closing in on a truth long buried. In our next and final episode, I'll attempt to weave together all these threads. Is there a singular truth? Or is the mystery destined to remain unsolved? Until then, this is Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
Alright. Threads of the Truth.
Hello, devoted listeners. This is Hidden Truths with Spark, and I'm Pepper Spark. We've journeyed together through the winding paths of Castor Woods. We unraveled tales of forbidden love, dark obsessions, and mysteries that blur the line between reality and legend. First, we delved into the feud between the Engel and Meyer families. A rivalry fit for any soap opera. Greta Engel and Lucas Meyer dared to defy their families. And such defiance often comes with consequences. Did this ancestral animosity lead to their tragic end? We ventured into the supernatural, exploring legends of the Whispering Ones, spirits said to inhabit Castor Woods. Could otherworldly forces have intervened, pulling the young lovers into a realm beyond our understanding, unveiling the clandestine activities of the Silent Circle we discovered a secret society fascinated by witchcraft and ancient rituals. Their gatherings, steeped in mystery and possibly darker practices, raise a question. Did Greta and Lucas stumble upon secrets that sealed their fate? The chilling legend of the Wretch added another layer of intrigue. Whether a monstrous creature or a human hiding behind folklore, the fear it instills is palpable. Could this entity be responsible? Or is it a manifestation of the town's collective fears? We also explored the possibility that the very environment of Castor Woods played a role. Hallucinogenic plants and natural toxins influencing the minds and actions of those who enter the forest. Lastly, we uncovered the enigmatic figure of Victor Fischer, a man of influence and charm and, if rumors are to be believed, also a man with a dark side. Victor's unrequited love for Greta and his unsettling reaction to her rejection painted a picture that's hard to ignore. My intuition keeps circling back to him, like a moth to a flame. Could Victor, driven by jealousy, have orchestrated their disappearance? Did his family's prominence provide the perfect cover to hide any misdeeds? While we lack definitive proof,
Well, I wonder
the
if they
pieces
hired one of
fit
them
together
murder
with an
mystery
eerie
podcaster web
cohesion.
people.
But
Probably,
perhaps the
because that's
truth
just how this
isn't
sounds.
so clear-cut. Maybe it's a tapestry woven from threads of jealousy, secrecy, and the enigmas that haunt Castor Woods itself. The human capacity for darkness, amplified by rumors of the supernatural and by the shadowy threads of history, creates a labyrinth difficult to navigate. So, where does that leave us? With more questions than answers, perhaps. After all, the pursuit of truth isn't necessarily a journey with a final destination. It's in the act of seeking that we find ourselves. But maybe I'm being a little too philosophical here. This has been Hidden Truths with Spark. I'm Pepper Spark, reminding you to stay curious, stay human, and don't forget to wash your hands.
Alright, now we got these. A young doctor records excitement after joining the St. Valentine Asylum in Castor Woods and his eagerness to work under the renowned Dr. Marius Fischer. Oh, he really done got up with the Baron, bruh.
11:30 a.m., February 24th. Entering the town of Castor...
Wait, hold on. I have to pause this because I just realized this. The Baron's fucking family sounds like we only know of one family member, and considering the Baron is a fucking asshole, and from the way it sounds, that Victor guy is an asshole, bro, what's wrong with the Baron's family?
You don't know what's really fucking funny?
What?
My mom's maiden name is also Fisher.
Oh my god.
11:30 a.m., February 24th. Entering the
It's
town
spelled
of
the exact
Castor
same
Woods.
way, too.
Oh jeez.
I've never seen so many trees in my life. I can't believe this is really happening. Fresh out of medical school and already joining a place like the St. Valentine Asylum. This is an opportunity most could only dream of. To work under Marius Fischer himself. It's unheard of for someone of his stature, with so many projects being undertaken by his medical company, to be so directly involved in an operation of this scale. But everyone knows this is Dr. Fischer's passion project. His fascination with the human mind and with psychiatric care is well known. And to be a part of it is truly the chance of a lifetime.
Alright. Alright, first meeting.
I met Marius Fischer today. He's younger than I thought for someone in his position. And his mind is undeniably sharp. We spoke at length about the work being done here at the asylum. Cutting-edge treatments for psychiatric conditions. The kind of research that could change the field. But then, the conversation turned to the outbreak in Haran. Dr. Fischer seems to view crisis situations of that nature as potential catalysts for great scientific discovery. He spoke as if these tragedies provide unique opportunities for progress, for pushing the boundaries of what we know. I must admit, there's something a little unsettling about his eagerness when it comes to taking advantage of such situations.
Discovery.
I found something
Wait a minute. Which offers accounts of witchcraft and unethical experiments. Ooh.
I found something disturbing today, tucked away in the archives. A diary from 1913, written by Peter Porlena, one of the asylum's founding doctors. It's troubling in a way I didn't expect. There's mention of witchcraft, something I'd ordinarily laugh at, but the way it's worded made me feel uneasy. I'm not one to believe in such nonsense, but this man was certain about what he witnessed. More disturbing than that, though, were the experiments he described. Real intrusions into the patient's psyche and body. Methods that shouldn't have existed then, and certainly shouldn't exist now. I can't help but feel a growing sense of dread.
Getting increasingly disturbed.
The more I read Polena's diary, the more I can't sleep. He wrote about the methods from 1913 as if they were scientific breakthroughs, but they were nothing more than cruel, invasive procedures. At first, I couldn't believe it. The idea that someone could treat patients like that, even 100 years ago, disgusted me. And yet, I've started to notice things. Little signs that those same techniques are being used here today at St. Valentine Asylum. It's hard to fathom. But the more I think about it, the more I wonder, could those methods, as horrifying as they are, actually work? Don't extreme times call for extreme measures?
Asylum shutting down. As the Haran virus spreads and the asylum is forced to close, the doctor grapples with where the join Dr. Fischer at a secure estate where they'll continue their controversial research.
The asylum is to be shut down. The outbreak that began in Haran is now spreading across Europe, and it's no longer safe to continue operating. As for the research, Dr. Fischer intends to continue it. He's offered me refuge at his family estate, where we'll have the resources and the privacy to finish the work we started here. I'm torn. On the one hand, our experiments at the asylum crossed the line in ways I never could have imagined. On the other hand, the opportunity to be part of something so groundbreaking is hard to ignore. Time is running out. And I need to decide what side of history I want to be on.
Alright, and here's some of Olivia's recordings.
Major Jablonski, my name is Dr. Frank Bennett, and I'm the principal...
Oh yeah, okay, so for a bit when they were talking about like codename Alpha earlier, I was sitting there thinking, is this Crane? Because they did say that Crane's blood is kind of what made the Chimeras. So, there's the full confirmation.
He's Subject Alpha and was the only subject up until our rescue.
Yeah.
Major Jablonski, my name is Dr. Frank Bennett, and I'm the principal scientist on Project Alpha. I understand you'll be leading the capture team. The subject's given name is Kyle Crane, but we'll be using the code name Alpha. First of all, as you know, the subject is very unpredictable and quite dangerous. That said, it is imperative that he be apprehended unharmed. He presents as human, but his DNA has mutated into something else entirely. He is incredibly strong, quite agile, and will employ sophisticated tactics to evade capture. As outlined in the case file, Subject Alpha has eluded us since the fall of Haran. Aerial reconnaissance has pinpointed an approximate location, but he ranges over a considerable area, so additional squads will likely be needed. Because Alpha must be captured alive, you'll be equipped with strictly non-lethal weapons. Your objective is to deliver the subject totally intact and unharmed, safely restrained and in research-ready condition. Anything less would be considered mission failure. That's it for now, Major. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out.
This is like the worst moment for the internet not to be working because Winston wants to hear these two. I guess we'll just sit here for a moment and keep, coming around with these. Try to kill some time. Goddamn internet. Hate it. Let's see if my internet has stabilized itself here. Man, this is not the time for my internet to be messing around when we're finally getting to the voice memos that are very important.
No kidding.
Well, you didn't really miss anything when it ended. But the reason I only have 3 out of the 4 of her recordings is because one of her recordings is only available till after we beat the game.
Dear Sir, this is my formal notification that I am resigning from my position as team leader as of today. My decision stems from deep ethical concerns regarding the treatment of Subject Alpha. While I initially believed that our research held significant potential for scientific advancement, I have become increasingly troubled by the direction it has taken. Specifically, the genetic engineering modifications that have been implemented as of late. My understanding was that we brought Subject Alpha for treatment. I thought our intention was to suppress the virus and help heal and restore him. Instead, we have accomplished quite the opposite. What we have done to him is tantamount to torture. And I can no longer participate in this morally reprehensible research. I intend to leave this facility and take my daughter with me. I implore you not to try and stop me. I'm sorry it's come to this, but I cannot in good conscience continue to work for you in this capacity, or any capacity. Sincerely.
Seriously?
Dr. Frank Bennett.
Again? Goddamn share screen. Fucking internet. God damn it. Ugh. I'll sit on these for like a second each, or a few seconds each, so you can have time to pause and read them all yourself. Okay, I know it just skipped some. Okay, it looks like the internet should be working again. Ugh. I really want to find my internet provider people and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, blame you.
But anyway, as we had thought that Olivia could possibly be, like Dr. Camden's daughter, no, that is not it. Her father is, of course, well, Dr. Frank Bennett. So,
Name does not seem familiar.
well, he's just the guy who apparently he's the one who, found Crane and was originally working on him, but then stopped once he figured out they were just torturing him, and he could no longer do that. So this one's a message
About
from
right.
Olivia to her father.
Dr. Fischer says it's not safe for me to see you since you're in quarantine. So I'm recording this in the hopes that eventually you'll hear it. I miss you, Dad. I miss you so much. Last week, Dr. Fischer let me look through his library. And you know what I found? That book that drove you crazy. The one I wanted you to read to me every night. About all the amazing things you can be and all the incredible places you can go. And I cried. It made me cry. Because I can't go anywhere. Not with you still here. And even if I could bring you with me, where would we go? How would we survive out there? I feel so stuck and so alone. I don't know what to do. Dr. Fisher's teaching me, training me. Says he's turning me into a scientist. Pretends to be friendly, but there is something seriously wrong with him. I wish I could talk to you. I wish you were here. I wish I didn't feel so alone.
Alright, so those are mostly all the ones. Pretty much everything. Oh, they're just missing like a couple of them, of course. Bennett Fisher. Oh, wait, Henrik Fisher is last. Alright, so another one of the fucking Baron's family members here. Hmm. Oh, so this Eleanor Fisher was branded a witch. Oh, wow. The patients under his care were never meant to be cured. Okay, so the Fisher family are just fucking lunatics.
It does seem that way, yeah.
They've been lunatics ever since 1913.
For 100 and some odd years, they've been just fucking nut-nosed.
Yeah. This is the story of Eleanor Fisher. Yeah, she fucking okay. Yes, no, it was back all the way in the fucking 1500s that the Fishers have just apparently been fucked.
What was this, a witch burning that was actually justified?
Yeah. Apparently, it allowed her to. She got magic that allowed her to live longer than mortal men, to outwit inquisitors, and heal in ways others thought impossible. How the... she burned for hours. Jesus Christ.
Extra crispy.
You know, usually in some of the games, collectibles are usually there to just give you a little bit of a thing of like, oh, this is what goes on here on the day to day. But actually reading the collectibles in this one has actually given me a deeper insight to the Baron. And I actually really like that.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, as a character that was introduced, we know nothing about, so of course they're gonna have to explain it this way.
Hang on, is this the first one that I just did? Yeah, this is the first one. I don't know why. Let's go backwards. Okay. Again, service over here. He claims that mental illness is merely a symptom of a deeper, untapped power within the mind. Okay.
For some, maybe. For most, definitely not.
Yeah. So, this has apparently been a thing with Castor Woods. From what I gathered, there is a lot of supernatural stuff here. Like, there's a lot of rituals and entities, apparently. Which, with the way they've had Excalibur have to be gotten, I can kind of believe that. Yikes. Yeah, the Fishers have always been trying to unlock that potential inside of you.
Fucking kidding. Fuck. Sorry about that.
Hmm. Even the people in the asylum here were still thinking that even they saw things.
No wonder Green doesn't keep his things written down.
His things are just written in the journal for the normal missions description. And for Crane's like
Yeah, so
actual
where's the
journal,
phone?
his actual journal entries is like you literally have to every mission you have to quit out of the game and come back in to get his actual journal entry.
Naturally.
Which is, I kind of hate things like that because, like, bro, if I'm playing a co-op game, I'm not gonna leave. Wait a minute. Hold on. What? So, Victor, who I'm gonna assume is, must be Marius' father, the Baron's father, was a child when his father took him into the asylum, and he was already also happy about all this. So the fucking Fisher family are just born evil?
Guess they're a bunch of nut bars right out of the womb.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Calling a body the vessel. Christ. Running out of time on the timer here. Something about a witch. So they just wanted Henrik, or whatever the hell his name was really focused on the psychic part of things. While the Baron, Marius, is more focused on the actual power. He's more focused on the physical side than the mental side of things. Okay. Oh yeah, these are kind of funny. So you think you want to make this? Got a whole recipe here of carrot cake.
Found a couple recipes. Never been a huge fan of carrot cake.
Can't wait to see the actual video of people making Dying Light the Beast recipes. Oh, there goes the screen thing again. God damn it. At the most important part, too? Well, if anybody wants to see these. I can't believe they have strawberry pasta. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. Something about strawberry pasta I'm not doing. Okay. Uncover the... Oh, so there was literally, like, newspaper articles about the Fischer family. Okay. No, this is important. Come on, we gotta get back in the party for this. Okay, so the video clip is already about to be reaching too long, but I found something very important. It's not the entire Fisher like bloodline is fucked. Apparently, a Matthias, or no, it was yeah, Dr. Matthias Fisher is apparently the only one so far who is against the dark things that the Fisher family has done. He tried to get away from it all.
Oh shit. Also, there's a wasp in my light bulb.
Oh no. That's...